Hey, it's Eamon standing here with another blog or vlog, and another rig rundown for Better Than the Book Live, which is happening the 5th of February at the Hope and Ruin in Brighton. There's a link to get tickets in the description, and I hope you can be there because this has been a long time coming, and it's to celebrate the 10th anniversary of the second release and the first full-length album from Better Than the Book, which is 2 years on, so 10 years on. And it is actually happening 10 years on. Two within 24 hours, I think, of the release. But anyway, we already did a guitar rig rundown. This is actually the second version of this video I've filmed because the camera angle was really strange, and I was waffling a bit more than I am already now. But this time we're going to talk about harmonicas. So I'm playing 6 harmonicas throughout the set. They are here. But interestingly, Better Than the Book is not a harmonica band, or was never intended to be. Funnily enough, when Nick first asked me if I wanted to be part of the project for taking it live, I was going to be a keys player, because for those who know me and this channel, I am a keys player from the start, but I do play a mean guitar, do play a mean cello, and I do play a mean harmonica, as the first video on this channel was actually a harmonica plus guitar cover of Blue from Cowboy Bebop. So we did actually try some keyboards out, and there's something different about taking a 3 or 4 part ska brass orchestra and trying to turn it into a keyboard part. It didn't really sound right. And so I said, well, look, I play harmonica. How about we give it a go? How about we see if we can get kind of a nice brassy ska tone from harmonicas? So yeah, I'm gonna take you through the harmonicas I'll be using for this gig, and also especially the 2 custom harmonicas that have been configured using the Seydel custom shop in order to specifically play some songs that wouldn't be able to play on a regular harmonica because there are missing notes, or I wouldn't be able to play chords that that the notes don't match up to. But enough further ado, let's go through some of these harmonicas. So we got 3 Honas here, which are a Hona blues harp in B flat for a number of tracks. So let's say Cathode Ray Days, which would go something like yeah, and this gets used in a couple of tracks. Then we've got a Hona Silver Star, which I also use on a couple of tracks, but probably most prominently on Artificial Ignorance, which is the biggest diaphragm workout of the set because of this quick switch line. And then we've got a Big River Harp for my favourite song of the set. This is in G, and that's And I Fear. So we've got the And the beauty of playing harmonicas rather than keys is you can really get the kind of swells and stuff that make a ska brass section so attractive. And then we've got my first ever harmonica, which was a stocking present, Christmas stocking present, when I was probably 14 or 15, probably 14, I reckon. Don't know if I had this before, my first electric guitar, probably not. But yeah, it's just a standard C harmonica. And then we got the specials, no pun intended, which are both Seydel custom shop, as I said. One of them's fully custom. One of them used to actually be a low D harmonica because I wanted all the notes that you get from the middle octave on a standard harmonica, but an octave lower, so I got a low D harmonica. But I'm going to be completely honest, low D harmonicas are really different to play than regular D harmonicas. There's a sensitivity to them and a breathiness that I always struggled with, and they're not quite. They don't like being blown hard, and the evidence of that is this is the only harmonica I've ever broken a reed on. So hence I ended up getting a custom jobby made actually really recently. This broke like maybe just before Christmas, which gives me access to an additional fourth note, as in, well, for comparison. So this isn't being used in the set, this is my Vox Continental D. But if I just go through the notes, you've got so you'll notice there's two A's on the 2/5 basically on the bottom octave. It allows you to basically play the fifth chord and the root chord. But I don't really actually need that on the song that this has been made for. So what I actually need is the G, so I can play this lower melody line. And funnily enough, it also allows me to do an octave melody line, which is not impossible on a regular, on the low D harp, but because the blows and the draws notes switch on the top octave, it would be a massive hassle, but now it's easy. So that's lovely. That solved an issue and improved the tune. And if you haven't seen the original video where I first proposed having modded harmonicas to be able to play these impossible lines, like ones with like flat 7 chord, or I guess you'd call them the Mixolydian 7th chord, then this is a fully custom version of the original harmonica that I modded to play specifically Undead Education, which I'll just give you an example. I think I did it on the original video, but basically I'll play the middle octave and you'll realise it's a Mixolydian scale, as opposed to the typical Ionian. And what that means is that you can get that nice Mixolydian feel. So as opposed to not the same. And you might be wondering whether so both of the both the modded harmonicas from the Seydel custom shop, they only actually mod one note, and it happens to be a draw note. But I do actually need to use the flattened note and the non-flattened 7th for Undead Education. So there is one point in the set where you'll hear me hopefully not fail to bend the 7th down for a, which if I wasn't bending it would just be. So yeah, that's going to be fun. And in terms of mics, I'm using an SM57 because that's the mic I own and I love it. But I do have this bobble to go on the top because we were doing a practice the other day, and Sam had some of these lying around after I kind of felt the voltage on the mic a little bit, which wasn't pleasant. And talking about comfort on lips, I've got some aloe vera Vaseline here as well. So yeah, that's the harmonica rig rundown for Better Than the Book live. And yeah, tickets, you can get them from the link in the description. And I hope for anyone who's considered playing harmonica or having a custom harmonica, especially from the Seydel shop, this will give you a bit of faith in the quality of the instruments there. Honestly, the Seydel shop has saved some arguably dull notes from the originally modern harmonicas, which I just put tape on reeds just to make them heavier. And as much as I love Honor, and I think they're absolutely amazing, Seydel just makes harmonicas a lot more accessible when you're trying to play stuff that was never made for a harmonica. And man, playing with Better Than the Book has made me such a better player than I was before in a completely different style. And I can't thank Nick enough for inviting me to join and also letting me play with the idea of converting a 3 or 4 part brass section into a harmonica. So check out some links in the description where we've got examples of the practices, but if you want to see it live, 5th of February, Brighton, Hope and Ruin, and it's going to be an amazing celebration. All the best, take care, and maybe I will have another video to celebrate Better Than the Book before it goes live. Bye.